Hi everyone, Dr. Nemechek here, and welcome to another week in review for the week of September 15th. A quick reminder, hit subscribe so you'll be notified on all our new content. This week we're going to talk about two kids 20 and older. First is a young man at 20. He started the protocol back when he was 13. So autism, very rare speech, poor eye contact, stimming, hyper, toe walking, and they started with an inulin-based regimen of fish oil, olive oil, and inulin. They had a nice little awakening, eye contact, more responsive, stimming was starting to come down, could now speak single words if really motivated for a treat. It was kind of doing okay, then gets COVID, boom, things get a lot worse. Much more aggressive. I mean, dramatically so that he now needs 3 different meds to control his behavior. Almost non-responsive, intense OCD, nonstop, just 24 hours a day, and the little speech that he was getting disappears. They come and see me. In January 2025, we put him on twice daily, continuous rifaximin, fish oil, olive oil, plus twice daily glutamine because the history that COVID triggered something. So we have to deal with leaky gut from bacteria using rifaximin, leaky gut from COVID using glutamine. Sudden and fairly dramatic drop in aggression, and now just on follow-up. So he's been on the same regimen now 8 months. Virtually no aggression. OCD is way down. He's completely off one of his psych meds. The other is at half a dose, and they're continuing to taper. And he still has a third that we're going to probably get him off, I'd say, within 6 months. And we'll follow directions now using some 1 to 2 word simple speech and without prompting. And the plan is we're just going to keep going. And as I mentioned, get him off psych meds. Example, 20-year-olds. It's not too old to start getting gains. Here we have a 23-year-old girl. She started the protocol at 21 when she came here. At that point, 10 to 20 episodes a day of aggression, screaming, biting. Just could use a few bits of sign language. Could follow just simple, repetitive one-step commands, and was having fluctuating diarrhea, constipation. So we put her on continuous rifaximin, fish oil, and olive oil. She had an implanted VNS that was controlling her epilepsy. And that had been in for many years already. Right away, diarrhea lessons, major drop in aggression. Okay, not gone, but big drop. Now following more, instead of very simple kind of rote commands, some novel kind of commands, one-step commands. And her blood pressure regulation is improving. She could sit at most at mealtime just for a minute, take a bite, and have to walk around. Now she could sit for 5 minutes at a time, and that's a sign blood pressure is starting to improve. So she's on that for, about 8 months. We had glutamine twice a day. The remaining diarrhea, constipation resolve. She's now able to sit through her entire meal. And we're starting to see more and more gains over the next several months. Still kind of slow, and so we've added metformin. Now, metformin's a new thing I'm using. There's studies showing it can lessen leaky gut and lower inflammation. And so she'd only been on that for about 2 months when I saw her, maybe about 3 months when I saw her this last week. So she's on rifaximin, fish oil, olive oil, glutamine, metformin, and her VNS. Much less frustrated episodes. Before it was 10, 20 a day. Now I don't even think it's 1 a day. No biting, no screaming, dramatic gains in comprehension, able to dress and bathe herself, much happier. She's starting to interact with the family dog. Has basically fallen in love with this dog that's been around for a long time. Using simple words now without prompting, and has started trying to sing along to her favorite TV shows. And it just seems to be a much happier young girl. Again, 23, never too late to get gains. Here's just a good visit, simple 3-year-old. They started the protocol about 10 months ago. At that point, autism, in rare speech, poor eye contact, stimming, hyper toe walking. Just a basic protocol, fish oil, olive oil, and once a day inulin. right away. Increased eye contact, awareness, comprehension, less stimming, and toe walking. Now we're 9 months on, the same protocol. No more toe walking, sitting much longer through the meals, using several single words, starting to follow 1 or 2 step instructions. Coming along very nicely, completely natural regimen. And finally, 8-year-old, he had started the protocol before seeing me at 4. Before starting, autism, nonverbal, hyperactive, could only get one bite at mealtime. They have to get around 1 bite. Often the parents have to chase them around and feed them on 2 psychiatric meds because tantrums are so intense. Only interacts with mom. Won't interact with father, siblings, anybody. So they put him on inulin fish oil, olive oil, has a nice awakening with awareness and responsiveness, more engaged now with the parents, starting to follow commands. So now dad's included. Aggression starts declining. He stops 1 of the 2 psych meds, no gain in speech. So they come and see me. A year ago, we switched from inulin to continuous rifaximin and glutamine. We also have, I should add, fish oil, olive oil are still part of this. Tantrums come way down, less intense. He suddenly learns how to ride his bike. He suddenly starts to read books, and he's suddenly starting to follow yoga videos on his YouTube. And so attempting speech, not very, it's kind of mumbly. So we add back the inulin twice a day. So it's twice a day. It's the morning, evening. It gets rifaximin, glutamine, inulin, and then rifaximin, glutamine, inulin. And 8 months after that, there's no more aggression at all, completely off the psych meds. Now he's interacting with mom, dad, and the siblings. So socialization, you're seeing that part start to improve, beginning to use single words, watching Sesame Street, and the parents, for the first time ever, he's understanding humor and laughing. That's a big thing to me. And where we're at now is we're adding some vagus nerve modulation with the Vitality Smart cable, see if we can push that speech forward a little bit more. So that's all for today. Everybody, take care of your kids, take care of yourself, keep your inflammation down, and I'll see you next time. Take care.